If you've ever stood in the egg aisle staring at cartons that say cage-free, free-range, pasture-raised, organic, omega-3 and thought, "Doc, I just wanted breakfast." This video is for you. By the end, you'll know what those labels really mean, what actually changes in the egg, and what's mostly marketing, and how to pick the best option for your health and budget without stressing over perfection. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Dr. Tony Hampton, board certified in family and obesity medicine, and a carnivore-friendly doc who thinks the humble egg might be the most powerful tool in the low-carb toolbox. First, big picture. No matter what the carton says, an egg is a tiny, perfectly packaged nutrient bomb. One large egg gives you complete protein, healthy fats, choline for your brain and liver, and carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin. Most of the vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats live in the yolk, while the white is almost pure protein. So before we even unpack labels, lock this in. The worst egg is usually healthier than the so-called healthy cereal, juice, and toast many people start their day with. If all you can afford is the store brand conventional egg, you are still winning compared to a high sugar, high carb breakfast. Now let's decode the carton. Conventional is just the default. Hens are indoors, usually in cages, eating a standard corn and soy feed. You won't see the word conventional on the carton. It's just the eggs with no special claim. Now, cage-free sounds like the hens are living their best chicken life. But here's the reality. They aren't in cages, which is good, but they're still indoors. USDA guidance says cage-free hens can roam inside a building with access to food, water, nest, and purchase. But there is no promise of fresh air or sunshine. Free range adds one more promise: access to outdoors. That sounds great, but the rules don't specify how big that outdoor area is or how often the hens use it. It might be a nice pasture, or it might be a tiny porch with a little door. Pasture raised is the label that makes most people's eyes light up and their wallets cry. The term itself isn't tightly regulated by the USDA, but when it comes with a third-party seal like Certified Humane, it usually means much more outdoor space and real foraging on grass and bugs. Now, organic mainly refers to the feed. Organic hens eat organic feed without synthetic pesticides and fertilizers and are supposed to have outdoor access. Organic doesn't automatically mean pasture-raised, but you'll sometimes see both words on the same carton. Then we get to the bonus labels. Omega-3 eggs usually come from hens fed flaxseed, algae, and other omega-3 sources. So more omega-3 fat ends up in the yolk. Vegetarian fed means no animal byproducts in the feed. Ironic for a bird that naturally loves bugs and worms, but it does avoid some lower quality feed ingredients. My bottom line is that chickens are omnivores, and I actually want them to eat animal-based foods like bugs. Now, hormone-free is pure marketing glitter. Hormones are already illegal in poultry production in the US, so all eggs are hormone-free by law. So, do these labels actually change what ends up in your body? Several reviews from groups like the American Egg Board and large health systems point out that the core ingredients in eggs, protein, total fat, and most vitamins and minerals are very similar whether the eggs are conventional, cage-free, free range, or organic. In other words, an egg is still an egg when it comes to the basics. Where we do see differences is with hens that spend real time on pasture. Studies comparing pasture-raised eggs to conventional eggs find higher levels of omega-3 fats, more vitamin E, more beta-carotene, and a better omega-6 to omega-3 ratio in the pasture eggs. When hens eat grass and bugs instead of just corn and soy, their yolks reflect that more ancestral omega-3 rich diet. Are these differences massive? No. We're usually talking about roughly double the omega-3s and modest bumps in the fat-soluble vitamins. That's helpful, especially if you rarely eat fatty fish, but it doesn't magically turn a pasture egg into a prescription drug. It's an upgrade, not a miracle. Free-range eggs sometimes show slightly lower cholesterol or small shifts in fatty acids. But again, We're nudging numbers, not rewriting your labs. Now let's crack open the cholesterol question. For years, eggs were treated like tiny cholesterol grenades, but newer reviews and meta-analyses suggest that for most people, dietary cholesterol from eggs has a limited effect on blood cholesterol and cardiovascular risk. Sugar and ultra-processed foods appear to be a bigger driver of LDL and heart disease than the cholesterol in a couple of eggs. Some U.S. cohort studies did see a link between very high egg intake and heart disease, but once researchers adjusted for overall diet quality and total dietary cholesterol, the signal faded. Mechanistically, your liver makes most of your cholesterol. When you eat more cholesterol from foods like eggs, many people's livers simply make less. And eggs come with phospholipids, unsaturated fats, choline, and antioxidants that may support metabolic health and vascular health, especially in a low-carb, low-junk food context. So how do we put all of this into real-world practice? Step 1. Replace the carb-heavy, ultra-processed breakfast with eggs in almost every form. Scrambled, boiled, fried in butter, baked into a chaffle, or turned into carnivore bread. If all you can buy is the cheapest conventional carton, you're still making a powerful move for insulin control, satiety, and weight loss. Step 2. If your budget and values allow, use labels as a way to upgrade, not as a way to feel guilty. Maybe you buy pasture-raised or omega-3 eggs when they're on sale, or commit to 1 or 2 cartons a month from a local farm. That can slightly boost omega-3 intake and support better animal welfare. But it's a bonus, not a requirement. Step 3. If you almost never eat fatty fish, those omega-3 or pasture-raised eggs may give you a bit more return on investment, because more of these heart and brain-friendly fats are sneaking into your breakfast. Here's a quick tip. If you want the nutrition, don't throw away the yolk. That's where most of the vitamins, minerals, choline, and carotenoids live. Egg whites alone are basically the gym bro. The yolk is the neurologist, hormone specialist, and the eye doctor all rolled into one. And don't obsess over tiny differences on a nutrition panel. Instead, ask 3 simple questions when you buy eggs. 1. Does this fit my budget without adding financial stress? 2. Is this helping me move toward a low-carb, real food way of eating? 3. Do I feel good, energy, digestion, labs with the way I'm using eggs in my diet? If the answer is yes, you are winning, no matter what the carton says. So here's the bottom line. Eggs, whether they're basic store brand or gold label pasture raised, are one of the most nutrient dense, versatile foods on the planet. Marketing may try to shame you into the most expensive carton. I'm here to say, use this knowledge to make informed choices, not to beat yourself up. Prioritize real food over processed food. Prioritize low carb, high protein, and healthy fat over sugar and grains. If you can level up your eggs, great. If not, scramble what you've got. Make your chaffle, bake your carnivore bread, and enjoy that nutrient-dense little miracle in a shell with zero shame and a full, satisfied stomach. I'll see you in the next video.